Happy New Year. I'm entirely sure you have somewhere come across those words by Jacques Torres that have flown around the world, embraced with immediate recognition everywhere. Life is short. Eat dessert first. I've been thinking about that. First of all, to dispatch an important possible misconception, this quotation is not about sugar and starch as such. It doesn't mean wolf down as many carbs and as much booze and meringue as you can stuff in before the sun goes down. In fact, such a course of action could be counterproductive, because if you chug straight past the green vegetables to reach the bar and the sweet trolley every single day, the sun will go down for you, possibly a little quicker than you'd been hoping. Health crises have firmly and persistently steered me away from my lifelong habit of taking refuge from trauma in carbohydrate, in the direction of bolder, healthier, and more honest choices. But these few minutes are not meant as a dietary education. You're intelligent people. I'm sure I can respect your ability to explore that on your own. So, what did Jacques Torres mean? He was surely talking about the advisability of discovering and seizing the joy in every day, finding and latching onto the happiness there. A strong, rather sour thread runs through the Christian tradition, with its habits of asceticism and focus on sacrifice and admonishments favouring self-denial, to choose what you don't like. When I was a teenager, I stopped going to the parish communion service at our church because I preferred evensong. I went to that every week. My sister, along with my parents, went to the morning service, the parish communion. And my sister told me I ought to attend that service as well. I said I didn't want to. She asked me why. I said I enjoyed evensong. I liked it better. She said that was all the more reason I should go to the parish communion. And that thread does run through the Christian tradition, doesn't it? The less you like it, the better for you it must be. I never found it very convincing, and nowadays I rather strongly disbelieve it, for one small and simple reason. Happiness is catching. People are drawn to happiness. They want to be around it. Happiness warms and feeds people. I absolutely believe that only happy people can make other people happy. Dismal and sour evangelists are an oxymoron, a contradiction in terms. Nothing turns people away from the gospel with greater dispatch than criticism, disapproval, and censure. This doesn't mean you mustn't speak truth to power, or that you have to be a crowd pleaser, or that you should abandon integrity in search of popularity. Not at all. The Christian life should shine with authenticity. The name of God, so we read in the Bible, is I am that I am. The presence of the Holy Spirit involves absolutely uncompromising authenticity. It is the very source and definition of reality. I suppose there will always be an edginess about that, a spark of fire, something that walks on the wild side. But it's also the doorway in to happiness, following your dream, doing what really brings you alive, going for what ignites you, takes your breath away, being the person you were meant to be in this world. That's what it means to eat dessert first. To drill down into that just a tad further, we're not talking here about entertainment, luxury, comforting ourselves, whiling away the boring hours. We're talking about the satisfaction of achieving something we believed in, the contentment of what is worthwhile, and, this one is really important, exhilaration. Happiness and depression both, it is in some quarters proposed, and I believe it, proceed from the immune system. The immune system is nurtured in part by our physical condition, for instance, a healthy and flourishing gut microbiome and corresponding skin microbiome, but, so I learned from the very interesting Wayne Dyer, exhilaration also offers a key boost to the immune system. If you stay where you are, bored and tired, under a cloud of disapproval, captive to someone else's agenda, I think it's fair to suggest exhilaration may elude you. The fires of your immune system will sink low. You won't be happy. Tired people are tiring. Bored people are boring. People trapped in disapproval tend to offload it onto others. But happy people make other people happy. Exhilaration shines and sparkles. It has a catching force. It radiates joy. What makes you happy? When I asked myself this question, I found 4 results. Being able to offer and have acknowledged what I do well makes me happy. To know that I can make a real and valued contribution lifts my spirits. The love of those who are close to me makes me happy. When I was thinking this over, I tried to put my finger on exactly the right word for my husband and my daughters. And the word I came up with was allies. They are my allies. I feel their love and encouragement as an actual living force. It is like sunshine. It's like good food. It makes me happy. This is also true of my friends, but I was thinking particularly at the time of my family. To be loved makes me happy. And of course, love has always a quality of mutuality about it. It is a two-way flow. What is crafted with excellence makes me happy. Music, architecture, embroidery, furniture making, a well-designed garden, stained glass, silversmithing, stonework, glorious paintings, permaculture, calligraphy, poetry, a well-run organic farm, an effective herbal remedy, an exquisite essential oil, a school founded on properly excellent educational philosophy, even a really good joke. I can lose myself in the joy of the therapeutic beauty, which is also a vessel for truth, a medium in which hope is cultured, of all that is crafted with excellence. Last but not least, the living earth makes me happy. The song of a robin, the bright eye of a crow watching me, bees on the lavender in the summer, the smell of roses in the garden at dusk, the sparkle of sunlight on the sea, the moon on a frosty night, snow on bare twigs, the sound of the wind in great trees, the little hands of a lizard basking on a stone, the afternoon sun slanting through woodland. Though I acknowledge the need for a secure income as a shelter from the vulnerability of destitution, being wealthy would not make me happy. And I know it would be simply unrealistic to look for a life free of adversity. I have to learn the knack of finding the happiness that hides in secret nooks within adversity. I found quite a few in lockdown. That's what was in my mind when I chose our reading, which says, "In our sorrows we always have cause for joy. Poor ourselves, we bring wealth to many. Penniless, we own the world." Happiness shouldn't be confused with wealth, possessions, and the insulation of power, which is illusory anyway. Life is short. Eat dessert first. For me, that means prioritizing the 4 areas I outlined, singing the song God put into my heart, the love of family and friends, the pursuit of excellence, and the living earth. Not, let me emphasize, instead of working for the gospel and building the kingdom, or instead of remembering to spend time quietly in prayer, but so that when I pray, and as I work to bring in the kingdom, I will bring real contentment, deep satisfaction, exhilaration, the fragrance of happiness into the devotion of my life.